for the neoclassical Mexican music. I appreciate it. Really, very classy. Okay, so I was at the airport the other night, and I noticed one of those little yellow folding signs on the ground, and it said, "Warning, wet carpet." I think sign, what you mean is, by the way, wet carpet. Maybe if your hands are wet and you are planning on drying them on the carpet today, don't, because incidentally it might just make your hands wetter. Sign would probably be better. So I know McConkie was probably just trying to do us all a favor by writing the chapter headings of the Book of Mormon. But is it too much to ask for a little asterisk asterisk spoiler alert below? Asterisk asterisk. It's just that the first time I read it, it really kind of ruined it for me when in the very first book he writes a chapter heading that says something like, "Nephi has vision, all Nephites die and end." McConkie. I was barely in season 1. Why did you do this? So one of the great things about being at BYU is that you can always reference Mormon doctrine in any class, no matter what the subject. But there's one comment I advise you not to make, and that was the comment I heard in my history class when we were learning about the revolutionary cycle. And this kid raises his hand and says, the revolutionary cycle is kind of like the pride cycle, because they're both cyclical? Like, what other than that do they have in common? This guy must be the worst to take to amusement parks, because he's trying to be deep on every ride. Like, you ever notice these teacups are like a little pride cycle inside of a bigger pride cycle? I really hate that comment. Don't make it. It makes me angry. But then when I thought about it, I was like, well, it actually does kind of make sense. But then I thought about some more, and I was like, no, that's really dumb. It's kind of like the pride cycle. So sometimes using my internet browser is a lot like trying to reason with an old black lady that works at the DMV. And the reason is because I'll Google something, okay, and I click on the first link I see, and as the first link is slowly loading, I realize, oh, that second link's looking a lot more relevant. So I try to click on that one instead, but my internet browser is just so stubborn. It's like, no, wait a minute. You said you wanted to go to this website. Now you say you want to go to that website? No, I'm just doing my job. I'm going to take you the way you told me to go in the first place, okay? You see that loading down there? You see how it's 3/4 of the way full? You know what that means? It don't mean anything. We haven't even left it. You see, I clock in for this long, but I only work for this long. That's what it's like. But I already thought about taking you somewhere where you don't want to go, so you're just going to have to hang tight, okay? Just doing my job. Just doing my job. So I think this world would be a lot more interesting and more simple if we could just say what we mean when we talk. Like, instead of walking around campus going, hey, how are you? Hey, how's it going? Oh, hey. To every acquaintance we see, we can actually say what we mean, which is, I know you. I had a class with you once 2 semesters ago, and I feel socially obligated to acknowledge it. Another example, welcome to One Stop at BYU, where we can answer all your financial aid questions. Translates to, welcome to stop 1 of 7 at BYU, where, no, you can't talk to my boss, we don't have one, we just do whatever we want. There's no adults here, sorry. This one is my favorite, happens to me all the time. So where are you from? Oh, I'm from Texas. But like, where are you from? Translates to, but like, what kind of brown are you?